Video on building a working prototype. On our last video, we looked at webhooks. This one, we're going to take a look at docs. So as we build our working prototype, you'll see a docs section here. And anytime we run a doc, it really underneath runs a script. And we expose these scripts to you because you're free to create them or edit them. So we have some system generated the system built-in docs, and you'll see because you can't update them. This one shows you OpenAPI 3. Then we have Swagger UI. We have a guidelines check that you could put in rules so as you build out your prototype that it checks that it conforms to your guidelines. There's different readers, a Postman collection, the GraphQL calls. So you're free to create customizable docs, and you can set the content type and this. So you can see here is an example of OpenAPI v3. And if I ran a test on my current prototype I'm working on, I can run a test, and you'll see there is the OpenAPI. Now let's say I wanted to, that's great we have OpenAPI 3, but maybe I want to change it to OpenAPI 3.03. Well, then I would come in and I would say create a new doc, and I'm going to call this OpenAPI v3.03, and I would do the same, and we could now import the OpenAPI v3 we had before, and now we could modify it. So we have all these sample documents that you should be able to get a good idea of how it all works. But this script conforms to Apache Velocity project, so you're able to put in templating, you're able to put in logic. So you can see the different types we have. So the guidelines check, you'll see the guidelines check is actually a PDF. So you see if you choose PDF, this will create a PDF of all the guidelines checks. So we'll do things like make sure that there's a contact name in the defined and a contact URL, or we can check that the path names use plurals. So you can put in as much logic as you want, run the report, and you end up with a PDF of all the results. Here's a Postman collection. That creates a JSON collection, a JSON file. And you see here the built-in ones we support right now, or you could just click other and type in your content type. Design review, same thing. If you want to create a design review doc, this actually creates a spreadsheet of all the path calls. And you'll see text plain. So you can run these anytime you want. If I'm over here on my list of paths, I can just pick the doc and you can see it. And Swagger UI, that's an HTML document that pops up being able to access the API in Swagger UI. So the reports can be very powerful and really help with not only prototyping your API, but you can also start getting a jump on all your documents as well. And get people conforming to your guidelines, whatever works for your process. But that's a summary on the docs. Thank you.